Hello and welcome to Adafruit Show and Tell. I'm Liz. I'm going to be your host this evening. We're going to kick things off with some folks from Adafruit, and then we'll hear from people in the community. And speaking of, if you're in the community and you would like to join into the stream, you can find a link in the live broadcast chat on our Discord at adafruit.it/Discord. Live chat's also happening there. And so to kick things off, we're going to hear from Scott.
Hey,
Hello.
Liz. Thanks
How's
for
it going?
hosting.
Of course, yeah.
So I got back into Matterland. So Matter is this IoT spec to rule them all. In the news, you and I talked about this before, but IKEA came out with a bridge between their existing IoT stuff and Matterland. So one thing a Matter device, the protocol allows for is like bridging to other protocols.
Yes.
So that's what they've released. I am not working on the bridging stuff.
No bridge.
But I am trying to get like an RGB light demo, which sounds so silly to me every time I say it because it's so complicated. But I've been working through it. I picked it back up. Cool. There's this project called Circuit Matter, which is a Python-only implementation of the Matter spec. Mm-hmm. If you want to see it, it's github.com/adafruit/circuitmatter. Is very early. I'm pushing directly to the main branch. That's how early it is.
Okay.
But a big milestone I had today was I was getting a request in. So I have two tabs open here. This tab here is like my Python code.
Okay.
And I'm getting in an invoke request. So this is like kind of like a remote procedure call. So like run this command for me. Cool. And previously, what I got instead, there's a lot of debugging, but I also got a read request. So it could just say like, hey, I want to read the value of this attribute. And so I was responding to that read request. That's the first kind of that level that I get. Okay. And the big thing I got done today is I got the response being decrypted correctly. So
that's great.
In this other tab, I have the it's sample code that's equivalent to like what your HomePod Mini or your Google Home is running. Still in the phase of like you're setting up the device.
Right.
But this line that I've highlighted here is that we actually, it was able to decrypt my response, which it couldn't yesterday when I left.
That's awesome.
And so this morning I debugged it, figured out I had to actually include like more of the packet into what got encrypted.
Yeah.
And then it worked. You can see I'm also printing off some other stuff to make sure that all my state is the same. But I was pretty happy with that. And then you can see here that it's actually failing other stuff. So either like the thing I encrypted is wrong, which is probably true, or like I haven't like straight up implemented it at all. But because it's failing in this step, it's actually trying to do its first invoke, which is like the like calling a command. And so that's also leading me down another rabbit hole of like I'm doing the attributes and now I have to do the commands. Okay. All of the plumbing for like, you get in a packet that says like read this attribute, or you get an attribute that says run this command, and like all of this magic that then will hopefully like either read a Python property or like call a Python function. Okay. Is my goal. So I'm working on that, and then I'll have to backtrack, but made some progress, kind of like how it's been going. And like last time I was in the thick of Circuit Matter, which is, it's the weeds, it's super complicated, but I am like still putting one foot in front of the other in the weeds here. So
yeah, you're slowly scything through the field. So.
Exactly, and like I'm always a little wary about the cryptography encryption stuff, so it was like really nice to get like, now I'm back in packet parsing land, and like that's more comfortable territory for me than cryptography is. So happy about that. Although it's might take a little bit of a rework. So if folks want to know more, I'll talk about it on Friday on my deep dive at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome.
And you can ask me questions there as well.
Great. Awesome. Well, this is great work, Scott, and I'm looking forward to seeing you get through the weeds so we can do all sorts of projects with it. So.
I'm hoping so. Yeah. Think about what you would want, what type of Matter devices you would want your CircuitPython thing to be. Like RGB lights, like so obvious to me. That's obviously where I should start. But from there, we'll see temperature sensors and things like that.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Scott.
Yeah. Thanks, Liz.
Thanks. Have a good one. All right. Next, we are going to hear from JP. Hello.
Hey. Hi, Liz. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for hosting.
Of course. Yeah.
So I just finished up writing a Learn guide for this embedded Doom keyboard that I've been working on, and I was showing it on my show last week. So I just wanted to give a quick demo of it. So this is a sort of regular mechanical keyboard. I picked it because it's got MX Black keys on it, lots of space. It's also got a little touchpad on there. So in an emergency, this can be kind of all in one. I just need to plug it into some random Raspberry Pi or Windows computer or whatever, Mac, and get a keyboard in there. However, the secret sauce on this one is that the USB cable that comes out of here is actually going to one of our little CH334F 2-port USB hubs. So there's a hub in there, but no extra ports like a usual hub type of thing, because it's all just wired connections. And then also in there is a Adafruit KB2040 microcontroller, which is doing a few cool things. One, it's watching for this button, which is a added button. It's a Neo key breakout that I put on there that has a Doom logo that I printed out and put under our little re-legendable keycap.
Very cool.
And it's when it sees that that's gotten pressed, the KB2040 acts like a USB HID device and sends out its own. It types real fast, basically, over the same connection. And it has a copy of a really small version of Doom that lives on the KB2040's flash. KB2040 actually has 8 megs of flash, about 6 or so, 6.5 are available after CircuitPython is on there. And it can launch a Windows Doom exe on a Windows computer from its own little flash memory. So
that's very cool.
I've done a little video and a GIF of it that are probably a little clearer than this, but I just wanted to show it live so that people know it actually works. So here's the little Windows top with a external monitor. I just plugged in my Doom keyboard, and
lights up too. Nice.
It's lit up the little Doom key. This does not need to be hooked up to the internet. It does not have Doom installed on it. It's all just living on here. So when I press that button, it now pops open the Windows run command and then types in a big PowerShell string that finds the copy of Doom that's on the internal flash. Thanks to Tyeth Gundry for help with that PowerShell script. And now I've got Doom on here, so I can run this right off the keyboard. It's a special version called Squashware Edition that's a super tiny WAD file. And now I'm using my keyboard for movement. I can use the little trackpad, although it's kind of terrible. I do have a wireless mouse on here, so now I can go in and I can shut a door in my own face, shoot up some baddies. See that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I've had that song in my head, which is an absolute banger for the last few days as I've been playing around with Doom on a keyboard. So someone in the comments said, oh, it's like the ultimate rubber ducky. And I hadn't thought of it that way, but it kind of is a rubber ducky with a little extra sauce that it's actually a keyboard and a virtual keyboard and storage for the copy of Doom that gets played.
It's a doomed duck.
It is a doomed duck.
Yes. That's so cool, and a great use of Windows scripts too. There's a lot of really powerful stuff you can do with that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I had it hard coded, and I knew that was showing up as a particular drive, so I was able to do it that way. But this is much slicker. So thanks to Ty for that, and you can check out the Learn guide for more details on it. There's a little bit of crafting involved because they didn't want to reuse an existing key on there, which you could if you rewired it, I think, but I actually had to do some careful carving and filing of a new hole underneath the escape key.
It looks really clean. Like it looks like it was supposed to be there.
So there's our little Neo key underneath instead of the real PCB. I used one of our Kale blue clicky switches because we sell them just like as a one-off, but I actually was thinking this would be a cool one to use our new half-height MX key switches with, because then it would lay
that would be nice.
Lay closer to the other keys. Oh, it's a prominent Doom key isn't really the worst thing in the world.
That's true. I mean, all keyboards really should have the prominent Doom key and be a doomed duck. And
Yes. Quack.
Excellent.
And that's it. And I'll be on to some new stuff next project. So if people want to tune in tomorrow, I'll be heading into some new territories.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks so much, JP, and thanks for that guide.
Thanks, Liz.
Cool. Have a good one. All right. Now we're going to hear from some folks in the community. We're going to kick things off with Quinman16. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I
Cool.
was not prepared with the microphone, so I didn't know if I needed an external one or a regular one.
No, you sound good.
Okay. So I made a 3D print.
Very cool.
This is an enclosure for the Wii nunchuck I2C adapter thing.
Yeah. Nice.
I noticed that no one made one of these, and
Okay.
I decided to make one myself.
That's great.
It's not fully put together. I have to tape it together to keep it together.
Okay.
But if anyone wants to edit it, I will send the link to the code. Well, not code, but to the Tinkercad share page to edit the model any way they want.
Cool. And it snaps in there and...
Yeah, and even has the shape of the nunchuck.
Oh, great.
So now you don't have to worry which way you're plugging it in. You just know, like the Wii remote.
That's awesome. And then do you want me to share your screen here, too, to talk a little bit about your model?
Oh, yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
It's just in Tinkercad.
Cool, yeah. That's great. Awesome. And you want to drop the link to this in the Discord chat so folks can take a look?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Cool. Yeah, it's hard to get all the dimensions and everything to model to fit a real world shape. So that's great. So good job with that.
Thank you.
Cool.
I
All right.
used this caliber
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
to
Calipers are the way
measure
to go.
the dimensions.
Yeah. Great. Well, as you model up more stuff, I hope you come by and show it.
Yeah, thank you for
Cool.
letting us show our stuff.
Of course. Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. And now we're going to have Mouse play us out. Hey, Mouse. How's it going?
Hi, fine, thanks. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I've showed parts of this modular synth before,
Cool.
and I'm prototyping a new module. It's kind of everywhere right now.
Yeah.
I got one of your nudes here. I don't know if you can see it flashing. It's showing a trigger signal.
Love it.
So this is, as you can see, it's based on Adafruit PermaProto and got an OLED display. And it has this microcontroller module, which is called a Daisy Seed from Electrosmith.
Yeah.
And it's meant for audio signal processing. So in addition to a STM32 microcontroller, it's got a bunch of SDRAM and a audio codec chip.
Very cool.
And it also has its SDK as a whole bunch of DSP library stuff. So you can do. So I'm going to try to make a kind of a multi-purpose module to do all sorts of things like oscillators and extra oscillators and stuff, and some maybe pitch following or anything I can think of.
Very cool.
But it's not. I don't have all of that stuff yet, but I do have some of it. Okay, let me reboot it here.
Okay.
It has to warm up. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
And okay, I got some audio. We'll see if I can hear the audio.
Okay.
It's going through my computer.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, and that's so I can adjust the wave. Whoops, the wave shape here.
Very cool. I love the screen animation.
Yeah, I wanted to do lots of fun animations for this one.
Yeah.
So, and then I can switch. So part of it's over here. Didn't have room for everything. I got the audio output stage and a little rotary encoder here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I have
So
something
you've got
else.
a menu going too.
Yeah, so I can switch. So it's going to be multi-purpose. Let me switch inputs here. See if I can get the trigger going. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it good, but there's a drum over there.
I can hear it, and I can see on the screen too.
Yeah.
There's got some stuff.
Yeah, and
going
I've got
on. Oh wow, that's really cool.
yeah, so I plan to have lots of fancy menu stuff, so I can try implement all different functions as I need to. And yeah, I am working on the design for the final module. It's mostly done, except for, the last couple dozen PC board traces that just won't go where I want them.
Yeah. It's always a struggle to get to that point. Like, it's
Yeah.
a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. So, and there is quite a bit of Adafruit in here. I think the solid breadboard's from Adafruit.
Yeah.
Some of the jacks are from Adafruit.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I hope as you continue to make progress on it, you bring it by. I'm loving the screen animations. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I will eventually publish the design when I'm finished. I can post a link to some of my other synth stuff.
Yeah, please do. Please put it in the Discord chat for folks.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Excellent. All
Okay,
right.
so thanks a lot.
Of course, yeah. Always happy to see what you're working on. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
All right, that's going to do it for Show and Tell this week. What a fantastic swath of projects from folks. If you sit tight in 14 minutes, we're going to have Ask an Engineer with Lady Ada and Mr. Lady Ada right here live at 8 p.m. And until next time, have a great night, folks. Thank you.